Hello, my name is Andrew Antwi. I'm 15 and from Newham, in East London. I'd like to explain today why I would like the PPL or to have a try with fantasy wings. So the first thing you asked, you can hear playing in the background. Anyway, the first thing you asked was for me to tell you about myself and my journey and what I'd like to achieve in aviation and what ultimately motivates me. Well, to start with, I've always been interested in STEM, but to be fair, I really wasn't interested in anything specific, but I just knew that in the future I wanted to do something involving something with science and engineering. And when I joined Fantasy Wings, to start with, to explain it a bit more, a teacher at my school showed that there were free opportunities to enter the program, and I wrote a short 200 to 300 word essay on why I'd like to join, and I got in, so I'm thankful for that. And I believe that Fantasy Wings is what really made me focus on planes and made me think about things like piloting and aeronautical engineering and aerospace engineering as well. I think that Fantasy Wings revealed this whole aviation industry to me because, to be fair, before I wasn't really interested in it. However, once I started to focus on it, I realized that I was both interested in piloting and engineering at the same time, so that kind of had me conflicted as well. So while I was confused, I spoke to Jackson and he told me about being a test flight pilot, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it, and other similar roles like a technical pilot. And I think those two jobs were quite interesting to me, especially test pilot, because they combine both my love of piloting and engineering, and I feel like it's something that I can be very passionate in. I see myself taking on a role like that in the future, and I really wish that I will get there, not only for my own personal gain, but I feel like being in that situation where I'm at like a test pilot or like a role where you don't see many people of ethnic minorities doing really encourages other people, and I feel like that's what motivates me a lot, because knowing that like maybe one day a younger person could look up to me the same way I look up to other people is quite inspirational, and it really drives me to do what I want to do. And also it's quite an enjoyable role, like it seems quite fun, and also I'm just helping other people while doing it, so there's no downside. Next question was, what do I do in my spare time to realize my goals? I'm in a different place, by the way, right next to the airport runway. Anyway, as I was saying, your next question was, what do I do to realize my goals? Well, I believe that like the little things are what really matter to like achieve your goals. Like it's not always about doing big stuff and like big acts. The big things, the small things will come together and contribute to like helping you reach your goals. Example of what I do with you, I try my best to like sign up to any relevant webinars to me or relating to like STEM. Or like I recently did one called Target Oxbridge where they talk about like university and things like that. I feel like doing that, even though it's nothing exactly like grand, it's nothing like massive, to feel like doing that and being able to write down and keep a record of what I've done really helped me for the future. I try to research things I'm interested in. Like if any question pops in my mind, I immediately try to research it. I feel like knowledge, just general knowledge about anything really helps a lot, you know. So I feel like by the time I'm like at a place where I need to apply that knowledge, I have it ready, and like research or having to know stuff will never be like a big issue for me. So I think research in general, not even only aviation, but anything, helps a lot, and I think that's a great way to get to my goal. Too much about my free time, but I do think by working hard in school, I'm also working towards my goals like passively, because again, we live in a world where like a lot of stuff is centered around academics. So by working hard to do well in those, which I think I'm doing pretty well at, I feel like I'm working hard towards get to where I want to be in the future. Standing out is really important, you know, making sure that like at least someone somewhere where you're going knows about you, if that makes sense. As in like being recognizable and standing out is very important, because like it can set you on a fast lane to wherever you want to go. To summarize all I just said, I just do the small things, you know, whatever's necessary to get where I need to go. Even small things like working out so that I could do well in a physical exam. You know, I really feel like the wrist shaking. Anyway, I really feel like that's what's important to help me get to my goal. For example of doing the little things can be seen through like Fantasy Wings. Like I said in my last clip, I really wasn't like interested in aviation to begin with. However, I signed up for Fantasy Wings because I thought it was something that could help me in the future or any sort of career. So I was like, let me try it, and now look, like, I'm really interested in it. I think that's why I do little things, because you never know what you can discover by doing something. I forgot to mention this before, but I keep all of my ideas in this book. This is also what I use to make notes about Fantasy Wings, and I feel like
this really helps to like secure my knowledge, because just going to the session and not making any sort of notes is very like, it makes you really wonder what I really there, really focusing. But I think having these notes is really helpful. You have a few other things in it. And I think just like these notes will help me remember relevant stuff. For example, because I think if I didn't have these notes, I wouldn't know what PPL was, for example. So yeah, this is just a small example of what I do and part of the little things that I do to get to my goals.
The third question was, how would a PPL or trial flight help with my long-term career goals? Well, as I said before, I come from Newham, which isn't like the most, let's say, financially gifted place. So I feel like a PPL, which would usually be very expensive, PPL would like fast track me to where I want to be. Like I said, I want to be a test flight pilot, and I feel like a PPL or even a trial flight, which some people might seem as less like prestigious than the PPL, but I still think it's really helpful, because having that sort of experience, or knowing that you've gone through at least having like at least a very small amount of flight hours, it lets you believe that you can get to where you want to be. And also, for me personally, I think that just having that and being able to maybe tell relevant people will help you get there. Not only would the PPL be like a massive financial benefit, it will also be a very motivational benefit, and it would be very good for mindset, because I think having the PPL trial flight would really like materialize what I actually want and like my ambitions, and I think they wouldn't just be a fantasy anymore. It'd feel more real because it's actually happened. And I think that would really benefit me. So whether it's a trial flight or PPL, I would really be grateful, because it would help me in the long term. Like as I said before, it's encouraging and it removes a massive financial barrier, which I'm sure a lot of people would face, and I hope that I could get it. So with that, then on there, I'd like to thank you for watching my video. Again, my name is Andrew Antwi, I'm 15 and from Newham, and I hope that I can get the PPL or trial flight, because it would really help me. But thank you.